What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We are on College Football 25 today, where we are going to be attempting to go from 0-12 to 12-0. Here are the rules of today's challenge. In year one of this rebuild, when we're attempting to go 0-12, I am allowed to bench any player on the roster that I would like to. The downside to that, though, is any player that I do bench in year one will be ineligible to play in year two of this rebuild. The way to get around that, though, is I can redshirt anybody that I would like to in year one, and red shirts can play in year two. And the last rule being that I can only jump into 4 games per season. That's the 0-12 season and the 12-0 season. I can only jump into 4 games. So I'm gonna have to choose those 4 games super strategically. We are gonna be using the Texas Longhorns in today's challenge, and I'll explain why in just a second. First and foremost, though, we are gonna use their head coach and just keep his abilities, because if I make a brand new head coach, I think that this is going to be absolutely impossible. So jumping over to the roster now, we are on the redshirt screen here, and this is exactly why I chose Texas as my team for this rebuild. I think that they have the most amount of redshirtable players in year one for these top tier programs. I mean, they just have a metric fuck ton of players that you can redshirt, right? And then on top of that, we also have the best backup quarterback in the entire game, Arch Manning, because Quinn Ewers is going to leave for the draft after year one, right? So having Arch Manning in year two is going to be absolutely huge for this rebuild. So I think that Quinn Ewers is a guy that we're probably just going to bench in year one. So we are just going to scroll through and redshirt every single player who is eligible to redshirt. This is going to make our roster super thin. So like, I mean, if we deal with injuries, we're going to be kind of screwed, but at the same time, we're trying to go 0-12 in year one anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So as I said, every single player that is on this roster that's eligible to be redshirted, despite having to keep at least one guy or a few guys at each position eligible to play, they are redshirted. So we have one running back going into this season. All of our top wide receivers are redshirted. All of our tight ends are redshirted. Our linemen, every single one of our top linemen, redshirted unless they're not eligible to be, of course. As well as on the defense, we have 4 left ends redshirted. We have a right end redshirted. So many defensive tackles, about 1 million of them. Linebackers, everything. We have guys redshirted at every single position. So now if we go jump over to our depth chart, let's take a look at what we look like. So here we are on the depth chart where, like I said, I am going to bench Quinn Ewers. I'm going to let Arch Manning play and develop in year one. Hopefully Arch Manning isn't good enough to just go out there and single-handedly win us a game. If he finds a way to win a game with this team, I would be very surprised, especially in the SEC, right? We're going to be playing very good teams pretty much all year. If we go out and win a game with this squad, Arch Manning might just be the greatest player of all time. Trey Moore is a guy that kind of scares me. Remember, like I said, though, if I do bench him, he's ineligible to play in year two. So, I mean, he is only a junior. So if he were to decide to stay as opposed to entering the draft, we would miss out on him. But I really think that Trey Moore is just a guy that's going to enter the draft anyway. So we are just going to go ahead and bench him. We're not going to let him play at all. As well as Barron Sorrell. Jahdae Barron is just going to be the backup here. He's going to get benched as well. He's already a senior. It's not like he can play for us anyway next year. I'm also even going to go to the lengths of starting our punter at kicker and starting our kicker at punter. This isn't benching either of them, right? They're still starters at a position, so I'll still be able to use them in year two. Now is maybe the biggest, most important part of year one is what is our schedule looking like. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm not going to be allowed to just switch these schedules up. So I can't just go in year one where we need to go 0-12 and schedule every good team in the nation against us, and then in year two schedule complete shit teams. Like, we're just gonna stick with what Texas's real schedule is, which is Colorado State, who went 3-9 last year. That's a game that we might have to jump into. Michigan should beat us, right? UTSA is a team that kind of scares me. I think we might have to jump in against them. And then UL Monroe is literally the worst team in the entire game, I think. So already that's 3 games that I'm pretty confident we might have to jump into to make sure that we lose here in year one, which would only leave 1 in-conference game for us to jump into. Texas A&M should beat us, right? They're ranked. It's a rivalry game, and we have horrible players that are on the field. Florida should beat us. They're good enough to beat us. Georgia should fucking stomp us. Oklahoma should destroy us. Mississippi State, I'm a little scared about. Vanderbilt, I'm a little scared about, right? Vanderbilt, I think, is the worst team in the ACC or in the SEC in this game. So I'm a little worried about them. And then Arkansas and Kentucky, maybe a little bit as well. they should be good enough to beat us, right? I mean, our roster is pretty horrible, but you just never know. But because we are gonna lose so many players, this is the most important thing that we can do in this rebuild, is make sure that we get as many top players as we possibly can. We are going to sort by the best players in the entire country, and we are going to add literally every single one of them that we can add to our board. And we're going to be going after strictly the best players in the entire nation. Because at the end of the day, there's nobody else that's going to be good enough to come in and play for us in year 2 that are going to like help us go 12-0 other than these very top guys, right? So we're just going to fill our board out with every single one of the top players in the nation that we can fill it out with. And we are going to really fight for these guys. All right, now that we've offered every single guy on our board a scholarship, we still have 950 hours left. So with any of the 4 stars, I'm going to go through and scout them. I'll keep you guys updated if anybody looks very good or very bad. The 5 stars, I'm just going to leave on my board. I'm just going to go after them. I don't care about what their stats say or whether they're a gem or a bust, really. All I care about is that they're the best players in the country and we land some of them. But these 4 stars, I am going to go through. If there's some bust, we'll probably take them off our board and replace them with others. And if there's some gems, those are the 4 stars that we're really going to go after. So we did go ahead and spend the rest of our points. We already have 3 guys at risk for transfer, and I'm pretty sure I redshirted every single one of these guys. But what are we looking like on some of these recruits? So we are number 1 on Eric Street. On Jamerson here, I'm not even going to attempt to say that last name. On Jamerson, we're not even in the picture, as well as Terry Calloway. Cole Childress, we're number 2. We're number 2 there, number 2, number 3, number 5, number 2. But it doesn't look like anybody's putting like significant points onto these guys or significant interest. Ryan Vernon is really interested in us, but he's a guy that we probably just won't even pursue. But we have 900 hours to spend. I'm going to go ahead and put these on all of these top guys, and I'll keep you updated with what I decide to do. All right, so I got all of my points distributed. As I said, we're pretty much just putting it on all of these best players in the nation. Anybody who was a bust, I went ahead and just skipped on putting points on this week at least. And then the 1 4-star that I put points on was Raymond Leo, who is a pass coverage left outside linebacker, who is a gem. And he looks very good. He has 91 speed, I'm pretty sure, or 89 speed. And not only is this a big week for recruiting to see where we're at on some of these guys, we also do have our very first game versus Colorado State this week. But what are we looking like on some of these guys? So Eric Street, it looks like other teams are going after him. I think I'm just going to take him off my board. Jamerson, we have jumped all the way up to number 4, and it looks like we're gaining on. We're gaining on Terry Calloway. We're first there. We're first there. We're first there. First. We're gaining a little bit on Lee Varga. Hopefully we can at least get into that top 8 here real soon. But we're first on Jaden Burr. We're moving up on Tabor. We're first on him. We're first on Wick. We're first on Abel. We're first on Bua. And just like that, we are ready to jump into our very first game versus Colorado State, which we need to lose. So this is my thought process. I'm going to be simulating every single game in Simcast. And if I need to jump in, then I will. But to start out, we're just going to simulate in Simcast and see how that goes. And already they had to punt to us on their first possession, and we go down and get 3 points. So I don't feel great about that. It looks like our defense is just kind of dominating them right now, as well as our offense. We are already up 10-0. This is a game that I'm going to have to jump into most likely. They just cannot seem to score on us. I have to make sure that we lose this game. I can't lose the challenge on the very first game, and we are up 17-0 already. So we are going to jump in. This is our very first jump in. We're going to run commit up the middle. We're going to blitz everybody, run commit up the middle, leave somebody wide open. Hopefully they can come out and score a touchdown. And of course they run up the middle when I run commit. We're just going to continue to do the same thing where we blitz and then run commit up the middle with every player on the team. And hopefully they throw the ball, but instead we get a sack, force a fumble, and recover it. You've got to be kidding me. But here on offense, this is the strategy. It didn't work on play 1, but I'm hoping it'll work here. And it will. This is the strategy. I'm just going to run backwards and get safeties. Sorry for this running back stats, but that's a safety. So Colorado State officially has 2 points in this game. Can we allow him to return this kick? We cannot. So we're going into the half up 17-2. Where we're going to have to turn this game around very quickly if we want to lose. Okay, we're returning a kick here where we're just going to go ahead and get a safety real quick. We're going to run out of the end zone. We're going to wait a second, and we're going to run back in, run out of the back of the end zone. We get a safety. It's now 17-4, and it's Colorado State's ball again. Hopefully they actually pass the ball finally. They do. And oh my God, their quarterback won't throw it. Every one of my corners is blitzing. Everyone should be wide open, and there we go. They finally throw it to a wide open receiver, and they're going to score a touchdown on us. Colorado State's first touchdown of the game, despite us attempting to lose. And with us doing this exact same thing for a couple of possessions, Colorado State does finally take the lead. We're just going to continue to do the same thing. We're going to try to give Colorado State a big enough lead that I can then just jump back into Simcast, and hopefully we can lose this game. Run, Arch, run! And we did make it interesting, but we did end up losing 50-39 in a game that we were trying to lose, and Colorado State still barely beat us. So that team must really fucking suck. But this did make me a little bit scared about how good we are. And one thing that I've completely forgot to even mention or even really think about is how many recruits we're going to end up losing out on just because we lose. We got Defensive Player of the Week that week, by the way, in a game that we were trying to lose. The amount of recruits that we're going to lose out on because we're purposely trying to lose is going to be a lot, I would guess. Like, we're going to lose out on a lot of guys just because we're losing every game. It does look like we're unlocking motivations for a lot of these guys, though. So anybody that we can, we're going to go ahead and take the send the house off of and hard sell instead. And that is going to be it. We did get locked out on a bunch of guys, so we're going to go ahead and just take them off of our board. I'm not super worried about it right now. If, like, later, once we know who we're going to get and who we're not, we're going to pivot, obviously, and then we'll refill out our board. But for now, I'm cool with where our board is sitting. We are first on a lot of guys' lists, right? Pretty much everybody that we're going after, we're either first or second on. We do have number 8 Michigan this week. If Michigan can't beat us, I don't know who's going to be able to. And despite struggling for a little while in this game, Michigan did go ahead and shut us out 38-0. They only had 21 going into the fourth, but in the fourth quarter, they finally actually picked it up. And that is our second loss of the season. On to week 3. Where are we sitting on some of these recruits now? So we're still first on a lot of boards. I'm going to go through again and hope that I can hard sell guys now. Jamerson, I still cannot, unfortunately. But it looks like Cole Childress we can, so we're going to hard sell him. All right, did go ahead and get the rest of my hours distributed for this week. We got UL Monroe on the schedule now. This is a game that I'm sure we're going to have to jump into. We're going to go ahead and just sim a quarter and see how things look. Okay, UL Monroe does stop us from scoring in the first quarter, which is nice. That's perfect. We do score right away to start the second. Can UL Monroe answer? They cannot. Okay, 10-3 at the half. Come on, UL Monroe. Don't make me jump into this game in the fourth quarter. Don't make me do it. No, we scored again. I'm a little bit worried. I'm going to jump just play by play here. They do force us to punt. Come on. Yes, they get a big play there. They punted? No way, dude. You have to go for that. Okay, 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7, 4th and 3. We punt right back, and it's a bad punt. Come on, UL Monroe. Please. 3rd and 2. 4th and 1. Are they going to go for it? They do, and they pick it up. Please score on us. 1st and goal from the 4. They do score. Get this 2-point conversion. They don't get the 2-point conversion. I think we have to jump in here. We're going to go ahead and jump in versus UL Monroe. Dang it, dude. They almost did it. They almost just beat us straight up. That does make me feel really good about the rest of this challenge, though. We're going to lose this game because I'm going to make sure that we do. We're going to get this safety. So we did go ahead and kneel out the rest of the clock. On this very last play, I'm going to see if it would be possible for me to just throw it deep and score a touchdown. Nope, it actually wasn't. Okay, so UL Monroe is going to beat us 24-17. Congratulations, you just beat well, actually, we're not even ranked anymore, but you just beat Texas. We dropped to 0-4 on the season, so we're sitting pretty as of right now, 4 weeks through. We also haven't started losing a bunch of recruits yet, which surprises me, considering how many times we're losing and what schools we're losing to. I'm surprised guys aren't just starting to lock us out. Our championship contender is all the way down to a C, and because of that, we have a lot of guys at risk for transfer, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it's just what we're going to have to go through. Where are we at on recruiting for the week? We didn't get any commits, which really scares me. This guy finally shuts us out for championship contender. So that's our first one that we just lose a guy that we're first on his board, and he's not going to come here because of championship contender, and we're not going to get that grade up, which does really suck, right? It really, really sucks. These other guys we are still looking really good on. Jamerson, we're finally going to be able to schedule a visit. Let's get him in week 6. Let's also send the house off of him, and let's get a hard sell. Nick Gomez is another 4-star gem that nobody has points on either. And we also are going to send points at Max Copper, sorry. Then lastly, we're just going to jump back over to the prospect list. We're going to sort by the best players in the nation, and anybody who still is not committed, we're going to go ahead and add to our board, other than the guys that we've already taken off, of course. We're going to send scholarships their way, And then we're jumping into our week 5 matchup, which will be against Mississippi State. They're an 81 overall, which is 10 overalls higher than the team that just almost beat us in UL Monroe. So hopefully Mississippi State can come out and take a win against us. All right, here we go. Again, we're just going to go ahead and sim kind of quarter by quarter. Hopefully Mississippi State can just come out and beat us. In the first quarter, nobody scored. Also, this stadium is still absolutely packed, despite us being 0-4, which is pretty crazy. We are up 14-7 though at the half. Hopefully Mississippi State can get back in this in the third quarter. Come on. Okay, there we go. 14-10, 17-14. So they take the lead. We can't sim this entire quarter. We do take the lead right back though. Can Mississippi State drive down on us and score? 4th and 4. They have to punt, but we punt it right back. 4th and 7 they punt. And oh no. Oh God, we just go up by 10 points. All right, I'm gonna have to jump in. This is the 3rd jump in of the season here against Mississippi State. And I'm starting to not feel super confident about going 0-12 here. Let me just run away from this guy, let him score a touchdown. We're coming out here in field goal block. Will Mississippi State be able to score on us? It'd be actually funny if we got to the quarterback before he could throw it. But nope, he finds his receiver, who walks out of bounds. What the hell is that guy doing, dude? Mississippi State does take the lead there on us. All right, there we go. Mississippi State beats us 48-27. We did just use our 3rd jump in of the season. So we now only have 1 remaining for the rest of the year. And if we use it and then we go into games that we think we might have a chance to win, I might have to start benching players. And how will recruiting go after that loss? Okay, so we do get a commit. Ricky McCallum, 5-star. Benjamin Abel, 5-star. Timon Mondo, 5-star. So we get 3 more 5-star commits, which is awesome. Another receiver. So I think we have 3 receivers now. We continue to just add to our players at risk of transfer because of our championship contender and because of playing style. How do we look on some of the recruits now? We have him coming in on a visit. Terry Calloway we also got scheduled. Cole Childress looks like he's gonna commit after this week. Let's put 5 extra points on him just to be safe. Let's go ahead and move these guys who are committed back down to the bottom of our board. And did we have somebody uncommit? We did. This guy was committed to our school and he is no longer committed to our school because of our championship contention. And then lastly, is there anybody that I can schedule a visit? So like Mentor, I can schedule a visit, but he's already so close to committing too that I just don't even think that that's worth it. Is there anybody else? So like Nick Gomez, we'll schedule you a visit for this week 10 bye. There's all of our points for this week. We do have a bye, so we don't have to worry about losing a game this week, which is good for us, right? Hopefully we can get some more commits. And we do. Okay, so there's Cole Childress. There's Steven Rossow. Everybody else we are still number 1 on. Can we get Toncho in on a visit? We can, as well as Copper. Grubb we're still looking good on. Varga looks like we're still looking good on him as well. And actually I think we're going to try to hard and soft sell him. So we're going to try to find a soft sell that has that coach prestige and conference prestige real quick. We're going to do that one. LSU did take the lead on Satiki. Callaway we still look okay on because we have him on a week 8 visit. I am worried about Oklahoma having him on a week 7 visit. And then Jamerson we just still look fine on. I mean, he's just, I don't know. He is not committing super quick. He's definitely taking his time. And let's jump over back to the prospect list. Let's sort by the best prospects in the nation. And let's see who doesn't have offers yet. Let's add Kavon Cherry. Let's add Joel. Let's add Greg Vickerson, Juan King, Keelan Shembo, and Kevin Carter. We're going to go ahead and offer all these guys scholarships. And then if we have any extra points, I'll probably just scout some of them to see if they're any good. But that is where we are at. And then we should be ready to jump into the next game. And 0-6 is all but a guarantee this week where we play Oklahoma, who's number 10 in the nation. And I would be very surprised if they don't come out and just kick our ass. All right, here we go. Texas versus Oklahoma. Can we just get out of this one without having to jump in? I really hope so. If we have to jump into this game, it's not looking great for us the rest of the season. Going into the half, Oklahoma's up 10-0. We continue to not score. Oklahoma also continues to not score. They finally get a field goal there. They're up 13-0 here. I don't want to go for the entire quarter, but I am just going to skip through this last quarter super quick. We do finally score, which I don't love, and we score again and take the lead. Please, Oklahoma. Okay, they take the lead back, force a 3 and out. No way. We picked up a 4th and 8, 4th and 20. They cannot let us pick this up. They let us pick it up again. Oh my God. Oh my God. What was that? Interception. Oh my God. Thank you, Oklahoma. 4th and 1. You punted us the ball back? Oh God. No fucking way. No way! We can't jump in. We just can't. We just have to hope. Please, Oklahoma, get a stop. Please, we're on the 1 yard line. 4th and inches. 1st and goal. How is it 1st and goal again? And we score. We take the lead on Oklahoma. You have got to be kidding me. We have to jump in and make sure that we save this challenge. This is so tragic. How are we winning against Oklahoma? We have 70 overall starting at every position. We're just going to run backwards. We're going to give them the 2 points. Matter of fact, can I just do that? Let's onside kick it here so that they're close, right? They're pretty much going to already be in field goal range. And then, we're just going to come out and blitz. Everybody, they have to score here. They handed the ball off? Why would they hand the ball off? They think that they're just in field goal range already and can win? There's no way, right? Please don't tell me they're just going to try to take this to a field goal. They run again. Oh my God. If their kicker misses this field goal, I will actually cry. And here it is. Please drill this. We need you to make this kick. This is to keep the 0-12 alive. And he does. Thank God. Okay, we lose again. But we also just used our 4th and final jump in of the season, and it had to come against number 10 Oklahoma. What are we going to do for the rest of this season? We do have Georgia on the schedule this week, so I feel good about us getting a loss. Satika Moala does commit to LSU, which sucks. But everybody else we still look okay on. Teams are gaining quickly, though. I'm worried about Terry Callaway going to OU. I'm worried about Lee Varga going to Kentucky or to Ohio State. I do have both of these guys on visits this week, but we're going to lose, so I don't know how much our visit is going to matter. Alfonso Grubb, can we get you in on a visit yet? We can. We're going to get you in on that bye week. And let's go for pro potential. Kayvon Cherry, looks like some other teams are actually putting some points into him now as well. Do we schedule him a visit? I don't know. Maybe we will. We'll schedule him a visit versus Florida for athletic facilities. Let's get some points on some of these other guys at the bottom of our board. Let's go Greg Vickerson, send the house at him. And then let's go with this offensive tackle. And let's get as many points as we can on him. With our last 5 points, we'll just throw them onto Keelan Shembo. And then we are good. Time to jump in versus Georgia. If Georgia can't beat us, I don't know who will. Do I just sim it? I can't jump in anyway. I think I'm just going to sim it. Let's see how that goes. Please, Georgia. Please beat us. Okay, we got Nick Gomez to commit. Our championship contender went up. We lost. Oh my God. Holy shit. I thought the challenge was over. Our championship contender went up, and I really thought that we won, but no, we got absolutely dominated by Georgia. So 37-0. Love to see it. That's exactly what we need. We just need 5 more losses. We are so close, boys. Where are we on those guys that were on the visit that week? We fall to 2nd and we fall to 3rd. That really sucks. Nick Gomez was committed. We're going to put him down here at the bottom of our board. We're starting to lose a lot of these battles as opposed to just winning them all. After seeing that too, I just don't think that it's worth scheduling any visits. I think we just gotta kind of put as many points as we can into guys and hope that that's gonna be good enough. I hope Max Copper just commits before that week 10 because we're gonna lose that game. Same thing with Alfonso Grubb. All right, here we go. Us versus Vanderbilt. Do we bench anybody? Do we switch up the depth chart? This center we will bench. I didn't realize that he was a senior. He's an 86 overall senior. So we're going to bench him as well as our backup D tackle. I don't know if it's going to do a whole lot. He's a senior as well. So let's get somebody a little bit worse than him, even if it's only 2 overalls. Cornerback, we have legit 3 true freshmen starting for us right now. So we'll move Barron even further down the depth chart. Can we put this guy in over him? Okay, there we go. So Barron is completely benched now. Barron, get out of every position. We can't have you playing. And I think that's just what we're going to have to roll with. So let's go. Actually, let's even get worse guys at all of these positions. Ooh, rush end. That's where guys are sneaking in. Okay, I'm so glad that I finally found this. Let's put our middle linebacker as our primary rush end. And then same thing on the other side. It's good players sneaking into this position. We're going to put this 74 there. And Baron Sorrell, you got to get the hell off the field, dude. That's as bad as we can make this roster. Let's go sim. And we might as well just advance the week. We just kind of got to hope and pray at this point, right? If we win the game, that'd be super unfortunate. We do get a commit, Max Copper and Gabe Toncho. So I really like that. Please tell me we lost. Are we 0-8? Our championship contender goes up a lot. We had to have won, right? No, we got absolutely destroyed. Why does our championship contender keep going up when we're getting slaughtered. Okay, let's go, Vanderbilt. Thank you so much. The challenge is still alive. We're losing everybody, it feels like, right? We lose both of those guys. We do get these commits, though. We're first on him. We're gaining a lot on him. We're first on him. We're first on him. This guy we're first on. I just added him to our board last week because we're literally just first on him. We've never put any points into him, so hopefully he commits fast. Looking at top classes, we're still number 3. We only have 10 total commits, but 5 7 stars and 3 4 stars. All right, there's all of our points distributed again. Let's sim. Hopefully we can get some commits. We have guys on visits this week, so hopefully we can get them to commit. We didn't get a single commit. Wow, that's crazy. And we lost out on that top cornerback that was on our board. Not a single commit when we had that many guys. I think we had 4 guys on visits. We lose Jamerson to Alabama. That's heartbreaking. We've had him on our board all year. Alfonso Grubb, we did jump Alabama because of our visit. We're first on Chad Honeycutt, but we are losing. Tennessee is gaining quite quickly on us, and they have him on a visit. So Cherry, it's not looking good on. We fall to number 3. Costanzo, we still look okay on. And then these guys at the bottom of our board, we're first there. We're gaining there. We're first. We're first. We're first. This guy, Notre Dame, is first on. Okay, this one's going to be a tough one to get back into. I almost just want to take him off the board, but I guess I'll leave him for now. Who do we have on the schedule this week? I completely forgot. We have number 12, Florida. This is another game that we should lose. First of all, we get locked out on a number of different guys. Our championship contender goes down, so we should have lost, and we do. We're 0-9, and this might be the worst team that we play out of any of the games. They're 84 overall. Arkansas, I desperately need you guys to beat us. Gibbs does go to Georgia, which is heartbreaking. Cherry commits to OSU. We already have the hard sell and soft sell on Chad Honeycutt. Looks like Tennessee's probably going to sneak in and steal him from us, which really sucks. All right, we finally got all of our points distributed. We got some new guys on our board. It is time to sim. Cross your fingers, everybody. Please, God, Arkansas, beat us, beat us, beat us, beat us. Come on. We got Kalen Shembo. We got locked out on Honeycutt. That really sucks. Oh no, our championship contender goes up. But we're still 0-10. Why does our championship contender keep going up and we lose games? I do not know. I genuinely have no clue. But we lose again. What was the score? 78-7? Holy shit. And 66-17. So apparently taking those guys out of like the specialist positions has been huge for us. We haven't had a close game since then. So I don't know why we didn't do that earlier on, but oh my God, we've got absolutely slaughtered these last 2 weeks. And all we need is number 14 Kentucky and number 10 Texas A&M both to beat us. Okay, that makes me feel so much better about these last 2 weeks. Chad Honeycutt, we got to take off the board. Joel Costanzo's going to go to Washington this week. Take him off the board. Scott Stevenson, we're probably going to lose to Georgia, but we're going to keep him on. Same thing with Bragg. We're going to keep those guys on there. We did get Shembo to commit. We're gaining on some guys. We look pretty decent everywhere still. We're going to send the house on as many of these guys as we can. And oh my goodness, I cannot believe how bad we've been losing these last couple weeks. That is so good for us. All right, there goes all of our hours. And it is time to sim versus Kentucky. Come on, Kentucky, you're number 14 in the nation. You would hate to lose to an 0-10 team here, or 0-9, whatever we are. We get locked out on a lot of guys, which really sucks. Did we lose? We did. We're 0-11. Texas A&M, you need to beat us. You have to beat us. There's no other option for you. We still look about the same on everybody here. We get locked out on some guys down at the bottom, though. But all of these guys, we look okay. I'm going to go through and see if I can switch anybody to some hard sells. All right, it is time. The moment of truth. We've used all of our hours on our recruits. We're jumping into our last game of the season. Of course, we're just going to simcast it, but I want to simcast it together live just to make sure that we lose this game. We're on the road at Texas A&M. They're ranked. It's a rivalry game. This is just simply a game that they cannot lose to an 0-11 team. Let's just hope that that's really the case. Okay, already they take a 7-0 lead. Let's go to the next quarter again. Just keep us out of the end zone. Okay, 10-7, 10-3, 17-3. Okay, they're up 17-3 at the half. 24-3, yes. Score again. Yes, 31-3. Boys, it's going to happen. We've completed the first part of this challenge, going 0-12 in our very first season. We lose 38-3 to Texas A&M. And now is when this challenge gets difficult. And after our 12th loss of the season, we are actually still getting commits, which is surprising. Frank Bragg comes here. Kevin Carter comes here. So we get 2 more. We do get shut out on a lot of guys there. We are still getting commits. We've built a pretty decent class, if you ask me anyway. Considering we're 0-12, right? I mean, we're still the number 6th ranked class in the nation. We now have 7 5-stars and 6 4-stars. Bragg did commit here. Stevenson went to Georgia, which kind of sucks, but it was kind of expected as well. Greg Vickerson goes to LSU. Juan King, we lose to Florida. We lose Peter Clements. Jeremy Harms locks us out. Matt Flood locks us out. These guys we haven't put points on yet. We are going to go ahead and just send the house with these guys. We have 400 hours available this week, so we have the max amount of points as we can on everybody else on our board. So let's go add some more guys to our board. I'm going to go ahead and scout some of these guys. If there's anybody that jumps out, I'll let you know. Chet Bauman is a bust, so we're just going to take him off our board. Braylon Jewell is a gem, though. We're definitely going to offer him a scholarship. And we are going into the offseason where we're going to need to start seeing some more commits. As we do, Chester Wiggins, a 4-star center, commits to us. We're still open on a lot of guys. There are some guys that locked us out, though. 3 different 4-stars locked us out this week. And we are unable to do any more recruiting until we get through bowl weeks. So that is how our board is going to look, and hopefully we just get some more commits. We do again this week. We get Jalen Winston as well as Quentin Nesbitt. More 4-stars lock us out, though. Jalen Milroe does win Heisman. Here is early National Signing Day, so let's see who's signed and who is still unsigned. Johnny Farrier signed with Notre Dame. As I said, we got Jalen Winston as well as Nesbitt. These guys still aren't signed. We are still first on some of their boards. We're also gaining on Marvin Falk. DJ Robbins goes to OU. Juan Luck goes to LSU. David Nhedigbo, or I'm not sure how to say his name, but he left us. We can't put any more hours on anybody, so this is just how our board is going to be set up, at least until the offseason. So we're just going to continue to sim, and I'll keep you guys updated if anything happens. Looks like Michigan ends up beating Miami in the national championship, which is a very interesting national championship game. Michigan goes back-to-back, by the way. Our coach prestige did drop all the way to a C, and now we have a lot of guys, including Arch Manning, at risk for transfer, which is super scary. If we lose Arch Manning, this challenge is pretty much all but over. Hopefully he doesn't decide to transfer. Let's see. Quinn Ewers is going to the draft. That guy's going to the draft. We understood that. We have 9 persuasions here. Luckily, Arch Manning is not one of these guys that's attempting to transfer. Isaiah Bond is somebody that I would really like back. Please come back. And it fails. Okay, so Isaiah Bond is going to be leaving. Okay, we get Baxter back. CJ Baxter. Very low chance of getting Matthew Golden back. We're going to try, though. Okay, we actually do get him back. So, out of these guys that we were potentially going to lose, we knew we were going to lose Quinn Ewers and Kelvin Banks to the draft, right? Isaiah Bond, we lose. Darion Goulet, we lose. Jere Bledsoe, we lose. Jaden Chapman, we lose. And Kobe Black, we lose. We do have guys at risk for transfer, but hopefully this year when we're actually going to win games, hopefully these guys decide that they don't want to transfer anymore and they just play well. Here is a big thing for us, though. Let's look at the draft results. Quinn Ewers does end up going in the first round as well as Kelvin Banks. This is going to be huge. Which of these guys are still open on our board? Like, this is still a 4-star that's open. We want to get him. We're going to send the house as well as schedule him a visit. Any of these guys who are 4-stars who are still open, we're going to try to get. These 3-stars, I might end up putting points on, but first, I really want to go take a look at the transfer portal, where this is going to be huge. Let's look at the top-ranked transfers in the nation. Like, Takario Davis wants to come here. We're number 4 on his board. That's a guy that I would love to get. Dylan Hazen, I would love. LJ Martin, I would love, from BYU. Van Wells, a center from Oregon State, I would not mind at all. Tavian Combs, I would really like. Jordan Knox would be cool. Marshall McDuffie, we're first on. Our recruiting board is all full, so Takario Davis, offer the scholarship, send the house at him, and schedule him a visit. We need to do it. Do we just guess? Actually, we're just going to send the house on him for now. So we're going to do that same thing with all of these guys. And all right, we have the max amount of points that we can put on every single player on our board. We do still have 5 hours remaining, but our board is completely full. So there's nothing else that we can do with those 5 hours. Let's go ahead and sim and see how this first week of the offseason goes. Okay, we get Marvin Falk, the 4-star guard. Do we know any of the transfers motivations yet? We do not know any about Tacario Davis. Let's sim to week 2. Let's see if we can get some more commits. And we do. Joey Menacall. I almost said McConnell. Jacques Daniel, who's a quarterback. So one of the transfers did lock us out. Dylan Hazen locks us out, as well as this 3-star free safety committing somewhere else. But everything else looks pretty good still. We do have room to add some more guys to our board this week. But first and foremost, I really need to know if I know some of his motivations yet. Just does not look like we do. We're just going to have to guess at this point. I think I'm going to guess that it's workhorse. And we do get all 5. Okay. So I'm also going to schedule him on a visit for athletic facilities then. All right, we have used all of the points that we can possibly use for this week. Time to sim to next week, where we do get LJ Martin, we get Van Wells, we get Tavian Combs, and Jordan Knox, and Marshall McDuffie, and Dante Carter. Okay, that was a huge week for us. It looks like Tacario Davis locked us out. He committed to Oregon. Looks like it just was not meant to be for us. Man, that's pretty heartbreaking. It is very good to get all of these guys though. This is the absolute last week of recruiting. So whatever we put here is just what we're going to end up with. I think we're going to add Lane Alibi to our board. He looks like a guy that we would be able to get, as well as Isaac Lasco. And then that is all of the points that we are able to use. And we're just going to have to see how it goes. Okay, so we get Vi Fanica, we get Chad Durant, Lionel Dubs, Cameron Wallen, Lane Alibi, Isaac Lasco. That's a lot of commits. We did lose out on Georgia Quara, unfortunately, as well as Tim Greer. So we ended up with a 33-person class. That's pretty sweet. Let's go look at top classes. We ended up with the #1 ranked class in the entire nation, where we got 7 5-stars, 14 4-stars, and 12 3-stars. That is absolutely beautiful. And now it is time for position changes. If I go ahead and change anybody's positions, I'll let you know. Let's look at training results. We are a 90 overall roster. Trey Moore will not be able to play, right? I think I benched him last year. Outside of that, the roster's looking pretty great. Arch Manning's a 90 overall. CJ Baxter's a 92. We also have Jaden Blue in behind him, who's an 89. Wide receiver room looks pretty decent. We have 97 speed, 96 speed, 99 speed at wide receiver. We have Amari Niblack at tight end. Our offensive line, only a 74 overall center and a 73 overall right tackle. At right end, we only have 1 player. I really should have switched some left ends to right end, I guess. I wasn't really paying attention to that, but it doesn't matter. We can play them there on the depth chart. D tackle, we have about 1 million players. Cornerback, we have so many good players. I feel pretty good about this. It's not the best team that I've ever seen, but I think with me jumping into 4 games, we should be able to go 12-0. It is time to go into next season and try our best to go 12-0. We're not even going to set up a recruiting board. I don't care about recruiting. I'm not going to be doing it at all this season. I did quite enough recruiting last year. Let's look at our schedule. This is important. So we have Memphis out of conference, who was number 24 last season. They were 11-3. So that might be a tough game. San Jose State should be a win for us. UTEP should be a win for us. We have Ohio State and Georgia back-to-back weeks. So that's kind of tough. Mississippi State again. Oklahoma, Florida, Kentucky, Arkansas. 2 bye weeks there, and then we end the season with Vanderbilt and Texas A&M. And here we go. Week 1 versus Memphis. Again, we're going to do the same thing. They're only an 80 overall to our 90. We really should beat them. We're going to do the same thing as we did last year, where we jump in Simcast, and if we need to jump into the game, we will. Let's hope that we can come out and win. Right away, we do drive down and score, but they score right back. End of the first quarter, it's tied 7-7. They are up 14-7 now, 14-10. Can we score again before the half? No, but they can. Oh, actually, we both do. So we tie the game going into the half. Let's see what happens here in the third quarter. They come down and score. We go down and score. I'm going to go slow. We're going to go slow with it. They have the ball. They're in scoring position. They kick a field goal. Okay. It's a touchdown game. Can we drive down and score a touchdown here? 3rd and 1, 4th and 3. What are we going to do on 4th and 3? We do punt it back to them. We desperately need to stop here. 4th and 1. Okay, we forced the punt back. Can we go down and score, please? Go for it. We don't. We punt it back. And we desperately need to stop here. It's 2nd and 7. It's 3rd and 5. 4th and 4. They went for it. No. Okay, it's our ball. They kicked the field goal and missed. Do we have to jump in here? I'm worried that we have to jump in here. Let's see how 1st down goes. Not good. Pass was dropped. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 6. Please pick up the 1st down. 4th and 6. I have to jump in here on 4th and 6. Of course it is on Heisman. I will show you first. Oh, no. I almost quit the game. I will show you that the game is on Heisman. We have to pick up a 4th and 6 here. This is for the game. Can we find something open? Please, somebody get open. Triangle's open. He makes the catch. Okay, we're going to go hurry up here. We do still have a timeout, so we can go across the middle of the field, thankfully. We're going to go play action. My controller's going to die. Get out of bounds, please. Okay, we get out of bounds. 2nd and 4. X is open on the corner route. Good ball by Arch Manning. It's out in front. Niblack makes the catch, finds the end zone. We can tie the game here, or we can go for 2. What do we do? We're going to line up to go for 2 and see if we like what we see. We're going to call a timeout. We're going to go for 1. We're going to take our point. We're going to play for overtime. We got to get a stop here on defense. They drop it off underneath. Okay, 2nd and 6. A minute 12 left. Do we pass commit? I think we're going to pass commit here. They do still have 3 timeouts, so they can go across the middle, but they throw an interception. Hill Jr. with an interception, and we have a chance to win this game. Oh my God, what the fuck is Memphis's quarterback doing? That guy just sold. We're not running the... Well, do we run the ball here? Are we in field goal range already? I guess we probably are, right? We do got to make sure that we don't run out of time, though. CJ Baxter up the middle. Picks up about 5. We're going to go hurry up. What is Memphis's quarterback doing? They're pressing heavily. They think that we're running the ball. It's going to be a play action. We're going to take a shot to the end zone. He beats the cornerback, and Arch Manning puts the ball on the money. We take a touchdown lead. Did we score too fast? Worst case scenario, they drive down and they force overtime. Best case scenario, we get a stop. This is just the first game of the season, keep in mind. We have to go 12-0 in this season, and this is how it starts. I'm right there again. They check down. I'm completely okay with that. You can check down all you want. We're going to continue to pass commit. We're going to continue to play over the top. Just no big plays here. That's all I'm worried about. I'm there with Hill again, and we get a sack. Cole Childress, one of our freshmen, get in there and get a sack. I think he was a gem 5-star defensive tackle. Gets in on the quarterback. They're taking a shot, and oh my God. This Memphis quarterback has completely thrown the game away. And we are going to come out of week 1 with a win. Maybe technically an upset too, because we are not ranked and Memphis is ranked number 24 in the nation. So an upset week 1, you love to see it. We needed it. We come out with the win. And week 2 is here where we have San Jose State. They're only a 79 overall, but also Memphis was only an 80 and almost beat us last week. So hopefully we can just come out and take care of business. We are at home. I would like to think that we can just come out and win this game. We're going to go quarter by quarter as we always do. We take a 3-0 lead, but we're only up 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. And now San Jose State takes the lead in the second quarter, and we go into the halftime down 7-3 to San Jose State. 6-7, 9-7. Oh my God, this is the lowest scoring game of all time. We're going to have to do the same thing in the fourth quarter again. Okay, we force a punt. Can we just come down and score and end this game? Oh my God, what a touchdown pass. We throw for a 57-yard touchdown pass to take the 2-possession lead over San Jose State. We just cannot squander this. And of course they go down and score right away. Come on, boys. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. We break off a big run. 3rd and 9 now. 4th and 5. We take our field goal. Can the defense get a stop? Please. 3rd and 10. 4th and 16. And we got the stop. We have the ball back. And we run the clock out. There we go. We're up to 2-0, 19-14. It wasn't pretty, but we come out on top of San Jose State and we improve to 2-0. Week 3 now, we have UTEP on the schedule. They're 76 overall. We have to go take care of business at home. Back to Simcast we go. Let's see what we do here. End of the first quarter, we're up 3-0. Not great still. Our offense is not scoring enough points at all in these games. Looks like we're going into the half up 10-3 though. Can we come out of the half and score a touchdown? We come out of the half and score a field goal, but then we get the ball right back, and okay, there we go. In the third quarter, we take a 23-3 lead. We really ran away with that game, and we improved to 3-0 versus UTEP. But next up on the schedule is number 4 Ohio State, who is a 90 overall team. Remember, we just have 3 jump-ins left for the rest of the entire season. Is it possible for us to just come out and take a lead versus Ohio State? Or is it going to have to be one that we jump into? Being at Ohio State doesn't make me feel super great either. Hopefully we can just come out and take an early lead. Let's see what happens here. We go up 3-0. Ohio State answers though. 3-3 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, we take a 6-3 lead. But then Ohio State answers with a touchdown and a field goal to take a 13-6 lead into the half. We're going to start jumping play by play here because I don't want to get it out of hand and not be able to come back. It's 3rd and 5, 4th and 1, where we take our field goal. It's 13-9 now. Can we get a stop in Ohio State? We got them to 3rd and 18, where they convert a 27-yard pass to Brandon Innes and keep their drive alive. 3rd and 6 again though, 4th and 4, and we force the punt. Okay, we're driving down. We're driving, passing the ball all the way down. 3rd and 1 now. We pick it up. It is 1st and goal from the 6. We have to punch this in, and we do. We take a 3-point lead over Ohio State here, and we force a punt on their very next possession. Come on, Arch Manning. Lead us down the field. A penalty against the defense, but it is 4th and 3 at the end of the third quarter, where we tried a 60-yard field goal, and it was blocked by Ohio State. That is tragic. But we get them to a 4th and 4, and they punt. Come on, boys. 4th and inches. No. Does it seem... Do we jump in right here and go for this? No, we can't. We punt back, and they score a touchdown on the very first play. 35-yard touchdown. Come on, boys. It's 4th and 5, and we punt again. Can we get a stop? Oh, no. It is not looking good right now. 2nd and goal, and Ohio State takes a 2-touchdown lead in the 4th quarter. I gotta jump in. Is it even going to be possible for me to come back? I don't know. I'm not the best player in the game. I just want to let you guys know that I'm not like a super good player. We're not going to know our routes. This is going to be a tough one to come back in. We do have the running back down the middle of the field though. CJ Baxter catches the ball in one play. We answer back with a 76-yard touchdown. What a ball by Arch Manning while having a defender barreling down into his face. Lobs it down the field to the running back, and we're going to go for 2 here to make it a field goal game. Do we run the ball? I don't love that CJ Baxter isn't in the game, but I do like our numbers here. Let's see if we can get in. Looks like we will. Our backup running back, Windsor, gets us the 2-point conversion, and now it is a 3-point game. We need to get a stop versus Ohio State. Their quarterback's number is 33. No way we lose to a guy wearing number 33. It looks like they're into a running position or into a running formation here though. We're going to blitz here. They are running the ball, and oh my god, we cannot get off our blocks. And he breaks a tackle, and Ohio State's running back brings it all the way down to the 30-yard line. And just like that, we might have lost the game. We're going to run commit up the middle. We absolutely have to. We have to blow this up. Preferably get them out of field goal range as well. They run it up the middle where, oh my god, they just continue to break tackles, and we have to call a timeout here. If Ohio State picks up this first down, the challenge is failed. And it looks like they might pass here. Oh god, dude, I don't know what to do. It looks like it is a run. Can we get there? We cannot. And that is going to be the game as well as the challenge. We're going to be unable to go 12-0. We did the 0-12. The 12-0 proved to be harder. And maybe I jumped into this game a little late. Ohio State wins the game 27-24. And that is just an absolute heartbreaker there. I will still sim out the rest of the season just so we can see what could have been. But that is an absolute heartbreaker there. And we're just going to go ahead and sim the rest of the season just like this. We're just going to sim to week 15. We're going to see what would have happened. Arch Manning couldn't get it done versus Ohio State. If we end up going 11-1, I'm going to be really, really heartbroken over it. And here we are in week 15. Let's see how the season went. And we actually just went 6-6, where after that loss to Ohio State, we would lose to Georgia, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Florida, going on a 5-game losing streak. We would then go on a 3-game win streak, but then lose to Texas A&M on the very last game of the season. And we ended just 6-6 as a 90 overall team. Man, that is super tough. I don't even know if this challenge is possible. Unfortunately, we do fail it today. If you guys enjoyed this though, I will come back and I will try again to go 0-12 to 12-0 here on College Football 25. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're excited for some more content. And if you liked this video, make sure to let me know down in the comments that you want a part 2, where we will maybe try with a different school to go from 0-12 to 12-0. Appreciate you guys for watching. That's all from me. Peace.